Very good color use. Oh! Oh, the song!
I don't need to fight.
The art of fighting without fighting.
I only need to think.
That's just such a cool shot. And again, just pause and look at the composition of this shot. It's beautiful. So maybe this was all within his head. Is he some sort of strategist? Oh, he looks a little sinister here and a little dangerous. The music tells me that he's not. It tells me that he is a virtuous person. All these leading lines of the shattered glass, you know, leading down to our subject matter here, who's now a silhouette. This beautiful transition. He's very, you know, non-violent in a sense that he doesn't seek violence, but when it comes, he's got a plan for it. He's got a plan for everything. Nothing's going to surprise him here. That's what makes it so funny. It's like these godly characters who can like destroy the world. And they're sitting around gossiping. Man, why didn't he take me? Good morning. My name is Philip. I'm a filmmaker. And today we're going to be watching and reacting to character demo Alhaitham. Think before you act. Genshin Impact. And analyzing the cinematic language. I've been getting a lot of requests to react to Genshin videos, and at this point I've done a lot of them, so if you're into Genshin, make sure to check out my other reactions. If you like this one, there's a playlist on my channel. Also, we're going on 17,000 subscribers here on the gaming channel, so please make sure to sub. If you want to see some of my film work, please check out my main channel. Also, we have a new short film launching very soon on that channel. Stay tuned for the trailer very soon. Thanks so much for the enthusiasm on my last video about the Wanderer. Apparently I got a lot right on my character analysis just from that trailer, so thank you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's go into this. I'm very excited. It seems like a pretty hyped character. Let me know what you guys think of this character. Are you gonna pull for him? All right, here we are, Hoyoverse. What do you have for us today?
Yes. Alhaitham told you he's a feeble scholar, did he?
Ooh, okay.
Well, that's a bold-faced lie.
Told you.
I love
His
this.
false modesty was just a facade to hide his true abilities?
This is amazing. So this is...
He doesn't want others knowing his true strength.
So, okay. I love what they're doing right here. It's already very different from most Genshin trailers. One of my only critiques of the Genshin trailers, they tend to be, you know, because of the length, like fairly similar in the structure of them. This is super different. This is really exciting. We have people kind of laying the groundwork for the character, other characters that we should know from the game, explaining to us their connections to him, what they think of him. This is great, very creative.
Well, how strong is he? Stronger than you?
Of course not.
You know, I actually ran into him.
It's awesome too, and they're humanizing these characters by having them, you know, playing dice, playing some sort of game, sitting around drinking. These are, you know, I know at least Sino is one of the guys I did the videos on. He's like this, you know, judge of the dead, like Anubis type character. And it's funny to see him just like playing cards, sitting around, chatting with the boys, chatting with your mates. I think it's great. Brings a little humor into it. They're kind of gossiping. Let's see what happens now.
Last week while I was in the desert.
Nice shot, by the way. I like that. Ooh, great transition. Great transition.
Anyway, why didn't he travel with me? We could have split the cost.
That's so funny. Oh, what a great character design, by the way. I love the colors on this character. That's a given with Genshin, though. Very good color use. Oh, the song. Alhaitham, admonishing instruction. There's some microscopic text I can't read. Look at how great this is. Wow. Oh, awesome choreography. I love the use of this turquoise color. It's fantastic. Great color use. It has that Final Fantasy VII like Mako color. It's so beautiful in motion. Wow, what a cool fighting size. It's just like it's a sword user, but I like how they've colored him mysterious.
However strong he is or isn't, just don't want to mess with him.
I thought you'd have learned to think before you speak by now.
We didn't say anything bad. All positive, actually.
Surely you didn't drag me out just to play cards.
We didn't get that far yet. We were just debating how good you'd be in a fight.
You keep your cards close to your chest.
Not at all.
So you don't
Nice
fight
pun.
much?
Yeah, right. With his temper.
I don't need to fight.
Oh, the art of fighting without fighting.
I only need to
Beautiful.
think. Everything
Wow.
is connected.
This is fantastic. I only need to think. It's like the art of fighting without fighting. You've heard Bruce Lee say it. It's a very like lofty martial arts ideology. Very interesting. It's like, so maybe this was all within his head. Is he some sort of strategist? That's what I'm getting so far. Let's keep watching. I love the splintered possibilities broken glass within his head, as in there's like different possibilities he can strategize.
All I have to do is find
Yeah.
the weakest link, deal with
Awesome.
the causal factors, and everything else tends to resolve itself.
Wow.
The process of elimination.
Awesome. Great song. So he has like a two-sword style. It's very interesting. Alhaitham. What region is he from? Like a... Wow.
Essentially, more time on contemplation.
That was great.
less time on
Great
execution.
transition.
Simple, isn't it?
Not really.
Ugh, I knew we shouldn't have brought this up with you.
I thought my answer was quite engrossing. Boss, this is good wine. I'll have the same, please.
Wow, really, really cool. There's some great stuff to talk about here. Let's break it down. I think this is absolutely one of the better character demos. As I said, really one of my only criticisms is a lot of them tend to be similar just in the structure of them. This was awesome how they mix it up, and they have him kind of chatting with the boys and everything. Just a cool mix up on it, and it was great to see some other film techniques. Like I always say, we kind of have to view these as little short stories, little vignettes. They have to tell us a complete story. One of the reasons I love jumping into this, not knowing everything. I have played some Genshin, as you guys know, if you're on my Twitch channel. I have played a lot of Genshin, actually, but I'm not at this point. And it's really cool to kind of test the filmmakers to see if I can figure out what's going on. As you guys know from the Wanderer video, apparently I figured out a lot of what's going on, as well as the Raiden Shogun and stuff. So I rate those videos higher on the tier list because they were able to infer and tell me what's going on, if that makes sense. I was able to glean stuff from them. Also, let me know if you'd want to see this. My girlfriend had an amazing idea. She's like, you should do a video where you rank in a tier list the Genshin Impact music videos and the character demos. Let me know if you guys want to see that. You know what the music sound reminds me of? It reminds me of, what was his name? Albedo? Was that his name? Is it Albedo? Like the android guy?
He doesn't want others knowing his
It's a
true
little bit more futuristic than they usually go for. A little more electronic. I like that.
strength.
So yeah, they're sitting around, they're gossiping, they're playing cards, which I love.
He was going out there to study ancient runes anyway. Why didn't he travel with me?
So he's studying ancient runes. And it's funny because it has this feeling of... I think what's funny about this is it has this feeling of like gossiping, you know, children at like school lunch. That's what makes it so funny. It's like these, you know, powerful, like godly characters who can like destroy the world. And they're sitting around gossiping. Man, why didn't he take me? I could have gone with him. Why don't we split the cost? It's just funny, you know. It's very humanizing, which is good.
Going out there to
He seems like a person who's very logical. He's very, you know, non-violent in a sense that he doesn't seek violence, but when it comes, he's got a plan for it. He's got a plan for everything. Nothing's gonna surprise him here. I'm very curious, like his kind of origin. But yeah, that's great. And you see this kind of sinister side to him when the lights go down, and you see this awesome shot. The color use is great throughout this entire video, but this is just beautiful with the red and green complementary colors on the color wheel, and it's really showcasing that. But the interesting thing is, though he looks a little sinister here and a little dangerous, the music tells me that he's not. It tells me that he is a virtuous person. Even though he's very dangerous, he could use his power for bad. He's a good guy because the music seems kind of uplifting. I don't even know if I can read this microscopic text. Let me see. I don't even think I can when craning myself. Scribe? This is actually important information. Scribe. So he's beating people up. I like the two-sword style. That's a great shot. Genshin does this a lot. What we do here is if we slow it down, they do a lot of this stuff where they follow him as he swoops around. Boom! They follow his motion in that side flip, and it's just great to see. I think the sound will drive you insane and slow, but yeah, it's cool. Yeah, he does that same move again from a different angle. I love it. He seemed to have kicked the sword here. Another Genshin staple. Great. Yeah, I really like the character design here. I think it's one of their stronger designs in a while. I think maybe it's just because the earlier designs in Genshin are just so good and stand out. But yeah, this is looking good. Now I want to see this. There's this weird effect that happens here. Look at that. And it's cool because it's like prismatic how his other move was. His kind of like super attack where he was looking into the possibilities of the future, whatever he was doing. Very cool. So yeah, he keeps touching this device on his head. I don't know if it's like a magical device or something. Headphones, who knows?
Frankly, however.
But yeah, that was a great transition too. It makes me wonder, is that happening in his head? Because he's just there with this beautiful transition, something that's very easy to do with CG characters, right? All of a sudden he's there, he's in the room. But at the same time, it's like, okay, he could have just actually been fighting them on his way to deal with the runes. Cool shot too. They've timed the shot nicely, so you know, as it's rotating, the character who's the subject of the shot is speaking. Pretty simple, but it's nice. It's nice to bring some dynamics to the shot without having to cut.
You keep your cards close to your chest.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
I only need to think.
That's just such a cool shot. And again, just pause and look at the composition of this shot. It's beautiful. All these leading lines of the shattered glass, you know, leading down to our subject matter here, who's now a silhouette. This beautiful transition. If we just want to pause, play through it. Look what happens here. And look what happens here as it shatters. We have this like crazy effect they put on it. It's a lot of attention to detail in this editing to give it that satisfying crunch and transition with the song beat, with everything happening. It's just great. And, you know, they put a lot of work into this one. And man, I wonder if the budget is finally being used more for stuff like this since they made so much money last year. It's really good to see. And this is definitely one of the standouts. And you can just look at this image and it's beautiful. It looks like a beautiful painting. So love to see that.
Everything is connected.
It's awesome too. Everything's connected. You can see him and everything. It's just well done.
All I have.
Another great shot. It's just visually interesting. There's a lot of directors that will do stuff like this, like Wong Kar-wai, one of my favorite directors, if not my favorite. There's a lot of shots like this where he'll just kind of place lights, glass, different items near the camera in the foreground, and it gives this awesome effect of refracting the image and just distorting it a little bit. You can use this psychologically to be like, oh, there's something off about this character. You know, he's feeling confused, he's feeling split up. In this case, it seems like they're saying he's so smart, he's thinking about different possibilities, different versions of himself, different possibilities that he can take action and strategize. That's cool. You can use, as the director, any of these tools, or as a cinematographer, as a DP, to bring your story to life.
All I have to do is find the weakest link.
That's awesome too, because it looks like, you know, he's looking in different directions in each of these, which tells me it's like a kind of a metaphor. Oh, he could go different directions, he can strategize different things. But of course, it's just broken glass reflections.
Deal with the causal factors, and everything else tends to resolve itself.
I'm very curious about who this guy is. Like, what's his story? That's cool too, because it appears the broken glass kind of motif here ends up looking like one of his moves that he does. That's a cool connection.
The process of elimination.
That's a sick special attack. Like locks him in a prison and blasts him. Yeah, he's very futuristic. I'm trying to get a look at his weapons. There's a lot of very quick shots. It's hard to see, but he seems to have a two-sword style, one reverse grip on this kind of like more Middle Eastern looking sword. This one here, it's hard to tell. You never get a full view of it. One's reverse gripped, which is interesting. Yeah, man, that attack is brutal, though. Yeah, that's an underrated shot. Let's look at this. This is the, you know, walking away from the explosion. That's a really dynamic shot. I want to catch the beginning of it here. So he's here. There's something really cool happens here. So he's here. He's on, you know, this side of the image in thirds. He blasts through, and what they did is they moved him from this side of the image to this side, and then they had him move right across from this lower third to this upper third. What it does is you get that massive sense of motion very quickly without having to move the camera so much. And it's awesome. Really like momentum. You can feel that there. Yeah, it's a classic, like the That's used a ton in anime, right? It's a classic technique of you want to see someone look like so much more powerful is don't even have them look at the incoming strikes, at the opponent, just like casually uninterested, you know? Awesome.
Essential.
Yeah, and that transition is great. This little you know, light bloom or this lens flare transitions into the lamp. Very simple. Anybody can do this, but it looks great. He's just talking about strategizing. Yeah, so to me, he comes off as like a strategist. And they're all like, yeah, we just want to fight. And he's like, nah, I don't fight as much as I strategize. And like, wait, do you fight then? He's like, he's being mysterious, which I like. So he's like, yeah, he fights, but he's so planned that it doesn't last very long for the opponent, you know? Awesome. Yeah, really, really nice video. Like I said, I rank this actually pretty darn high in the Genshin hierarchy here. I think it's more on par like with some of the earlier ones that really stood out to me. I mean, it's got to be super challenging. We got over 50 characters, 50 videos like this to work on. But there's always a way. I would say I would like to see them do more like this in the future. More of just super different ones. Like this one is very different. You know, sitting around a table, we hear about him first. It's actually, I don't know if that's ever happened in one of these Genshin videos. I don't think I've seen every single one, but I've seen almost every single one. And it's cool to see. I would love to see more kind of creative structure like this. But let me know what you guys think. Do you prefer more of the classic music video? Or do you like this where we kind of bring in other characters? To me, again, this is important because in this ongoing story of Genshin with so many active characters, which are some of them are optional to play as, of course, or most of them. It's nice to include them because it's such a vast world they've created. Like, why not? You know, why not bring in some of the other characters? Why not have crossovers as opposed to just kind of these solo videos? You'll see some of the characters, like, it's literally just them in the video. They're just walking around in the wild, fighting somebody, and it's over. I really like this one with this added variety. It's cool, and it's fun. Like I said, it's kind of a fun twist to have, like, this high school lunch vibe going on, but, you know, it's these, like, all-powerful characters. It's funny. It's like, yeah, they're just like us. He's just like me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe here. Make sure to like the video if you did. Let me know in the comments if you agree with what I said or if you have different thoughts. And if you're going to go for this character. But thanks, guys. Follow my Twitter. Follow here. Follow Twitch. I'll see you guys around town. Get ready for that short film. It's coming.